show you me. Wait till you're free, and I will show you. I will show you me. I will show you me. Just call you love again. Just call me love again. The weight is off my chest since I decided to go. You could have seen it coming. Now I got to go, and I will never come We set ourselves aside. Neither could say goodbye. But when I asked if something's wrong, I found I heard no sound. Oh, but your eyes, they never lied. The road we walk is too long, too long. Better keep on keeping on, keeping on. We were
To keep on keeping on, indeed, friends. That's what we're going to do here tonight, Monday night. Welcome back to Role Playing Unlimited. We are here in the thick of the Coalescence Act 5, and we are on our third stream in 2 days, with 3 more ahead of us in the rest of the week. Thank you for joining us. I am your host, Tragically HP, coming to you live from the 100th Meridian, wishing you a beautiful evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time it may happen to be when you are watching this video. Kick this off, get back into the voice chat, and we're going to have some RP to start things off, I do believe, so let's see what they've got in store.
What's about to happen is going to be hard to watch.
Maybe. Let's see. Good evening.
Howdy.
Yeah.
How y'all doing?
Doing pretty good. Just to let you know, Sammy will be just a couple minutes behind. Lilith one decided to make a last minute mess that she's cleaned up real quick.
Aw, no worries. And how about Katie and Jim and Dominic? Good evening.
Yo.
Hey.
Is there a way I might be able to get the stat blocks for the pistol and those ice bullets?
Automatic pistol is searchable in the compendium in Roll20. The stats would be identical to that. And I think the stats for the ice bullets should have been listed alongside them in the handout. And welcome, Johnny. Hello.
Howdy, howdy. Got the plates made. Everybody should be happy.
Fantastic. Yeah, I just had a quick PB&J before the session kicked off. Otherwise, I'll get a little hangry about 2 hours into the session right here, and nobody likes a hangry GM. And if memory serves, we finished up in the Fulton Market District outskirts, located down here in this hex. We destroyed the Orange Titan. We opted not to try any further interactions with those crazy people living up on top of the overpass. They shot Dewdrop when she appeared there, and they appear to have some rather strange views on the zombie virus, i.e. they don't believe the people are dead so much as they have moved on to the next phase of existence, and the living are here just to kind of shepherd these lost souls into whatever comes next. Following all of that, we teleported back to our home base by use of our ethereal gossamer bulb. We've gotten a long rest. We all recently got a level up. We can't expect another one tonight. I think I posted it community-wide. If not, be advised we should expect that towards the end of the session or like right after the session is over. We have a lot of story to progress, so I don't want to divert too much from that with a second level up in the middle of the session, so it's likely that we will be a few hours away from that still. Anything that we want to do here in the home base? I know we already got some RP started in Discord, but anything else that we want to do as far as interactions in that capacity? Any quick mercantile that you want to take care of? We've been here for a whole week, so hopefully we've had any time to reflect in that respect. Otherwise, I'll leave it to you for a few minutes.
Well, there are a few things that I would like to do. Can I learn the orange peeler feat during the long rest? I think someone said something about that at some point in the Discord.
The instruction manuals do exist for that. Oh, boy. Does anybody happen to have that information handy? I believe it was a DC 15 intelligence check, but I'm not positive.
I have a question. In the Discord, Adeline said we get these tattoos. What is that? How does that work?
So Idolin will hand you the needle, and you just press it to your skin. The tattoo forms on you in whatever shape you want, and you get one free casting of whichever spell was on yours.
Okay, so it's just a one-time use.
Correct. It's one get out of jail free.
That is perfect. Thank you.
And then the orange peeler thing is straight intelligence, just a straight intelligence roll. Nothing that's like in the special skills box or anything.
Oh, I found it. Posted on March 22nd. NPC fighters have gained training in the orange peeler feat. Additionally, they have written detailed combat manuals that will enable readers to also learn this feat. The manuals are delivered to your parties in the field. Blah, blah, blah. Yep. Character attempting may roll a DC 13 intelligence ability check at the beginning of each new day. If successful, you may immediately gain the orange peeler feat free of prerequisites. You may, of course, retry on the following day if the check has failed.
Okay, so straight intelligence. It's not looking good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you said that's even if we don't have the prerequisites?
That is correct.
And then I also am going to purchase from our, oh my god, I think it's Moorlander. I have the money to do the Headband of Intellect, the Gloves of Thievery, and the Rogue's Mantle.
And guys, I had said in the Discord that as each of you were getting ready to make your check, I was going to give you guidance, so you can add a D4 to your rolls.
Just enough for me?
Queen of the Nat One's coming in already.
Oh boy. Alright. Yikes. Yeah, Grix is like, funny letters on paper, what mean? And, okay, so Thunderfoot is able to learn this. This is going to require a few modifications on your character sheet. Namely, you're going to need to create separate attack blocks to indicate whether you're attacking an orange undead or whether you're attacking anything else. If you're attacking an orange undead, the orange peeler feat effectively makes any hit that you deliver a critical strike. And, of course, you could do even better if you roll an actual critical. It would be technically like times 4 damage. But it's effectively, you know where to strike. You're always going for the head, the brain, what have you. And usually 2 strikes, 3 strikes max to take them down. The Class D oranges. That is something we will adjust on your character sheet at the appropriate time when we get into combat against these things.
We can attune to things during long rests, right?
You can. It takes 1 hour to attune to an item.
So I
And
could
we've got
potentially attune to 2 items.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no problem. Okay.
Oh yeah, we got safe
Yeah, no
safe
problem.
walls right here at the home base. Nobody
Uh-huh.
messing with us.
And how long is the
Alrighty.
long rest?
8 hours.
Okay. So
So with
I've waited to attune to the headband of intellect before I did my intelligence roll.
Fury, I have a couple things I need to do. I need to create my new infusion and then swap one of them. For the new infusion, I need to try creating. I think it's called the spell. And let me. It is the spell refueling ring. And then I was also swapping the rope infusion to the repeating shot.
Alrighty.
And I'd like to put that on the pistol I have if possible.
That will work.
And while we're here, I'm just going to go ahead and get a bag of holding because I do not think that Dewdrop has one, and that feels like it would be very helpful.
Quite. And technically, our shop here for Monday, Tuesday is Vorn and Nor. Wednesday, Thursday has Moorlander, and then Sunday has the fabulous Jawa Chini Butini. I'll have the same merchandise, however. Alright, anything else that we wanted to do here at home base? Any RP, continuance of existing RP, or the like?
All right, so I'm gonna pull out some cheese here, and then serve it on a nice tray in my encampment.
The cheese is old and moldy. Where is the bathroom?
Oh, I do have one extra thing. Because I've been noticing that I've had several opportunities to try hitting stuff and haven't been able to. That one lightsaber from the Nihilus cultist that I have, I wanted to try seeing if I could get it to work. Whether it means like a tuning or whatnot.
Yeah, that is a no-go in that respect. These items are
Gotcha.
keyed to these cultists, whether it's an alignment prerequisite or something. They just are very cold to the touch and don't seem to activate in your possession.
Gotcha. All right, in that case, that just leaves remaining time trying to attune to those the 2 items that I have.
Easily done.
We get 3 attunement slots, right?
Correct, but
Before I try to. Okay.
you are an annual subscriber, so you get a 4th attunement slot.
Well, I can only afford a total of 3 attuned items right now, so
Dun,
that is handy in the future.
Yeah, usually that extra attunement slot gets used on whatever relic that you get, which I think... I don't know if what did Dewdrop get? I know Lantirthi got the Lucky Longsword. I don't remember what Dewdrop got. I feel like she got it during downtime from
I think that was
Yanlek?
when I got the Scimitar of Speed, I think. It was either that or the... Where is it? I thought it was on this
That doesn't
character. Maybe
sound
it's
like
not
a
this
relic.
character. Well, I had something... nope. It's like the Sunblade, maybe? I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Yeah, very strange. I don't see anything on your sheet. While you guys do take over the reins here, I'll scroll back through our RP channel and see if I can find anything.
Oh, it looks like it might have been the Ouroboros bracelet.
That would be it, yeah, the Ouroboros bracelet.
Okay, put that on my sheet, 'cause that is my bad.
All good. Yeah, those require manual input because they don't exist in the compendium like the magic items do.
Oh, in that case, I will have to play with things on that side of it. I was about to search the compendium.
And let's see, we did have Yonlek as our chosen NPC last time. Unfortunately, he did not make it. Let's step back here to our starting page and take a gander at the 4 NPCs that we have access to, any of which would be happy to accompany us into the field. Rusty, Gene, Thompson, or Pete. Gene, if we do not recall, is the guy with the camera, so he does not tend to contribute a whole lot in combat so much as he records and documents what happens in combat, which could have interesting and unexpected benefits later on down the line. He does probably require a bit more protection than either of the other three. Thompson is the highest level and the most capable, and seems to be cursed with Katie's dice for the most part. He does not hit very often. Pete and Rusty, on the other hand, are pretty low level. I actually haven't updated either of them, though, so they are entitled a level. But they've been reasonably effective in our journeys together so far. So either of the 4 of them are eligible to accompany you for the next stage of the journey. You don't have to choose one, but you do get 1 NPC slot per party. So if you wish to take advantage of that, we've got 4 of them willing to step up. Don't talk over everybody, you guys, like one at a time.
I think Adolin feels bad enough about Yanlik that he really doesn't want to pull one of them in.
I had almost forgotten
If-
that we killed my bestie.
If anything, we should bring the videographer with us, and they will most likely, one, stay out of combat to try to find their best angle to take footage of the fights, and then that will be one less person to have to worry about getting into the mix.
I second taking the videographer.
Wisdom also states that any information that we get from there will actually help us to learn how each other fights and how to protect each other better.
Nightly debriefs.
Makes sense to me.
Sounds like I might want to level up Gene here then.
That's why I have the 22 wisdom.
Gene has an unorthodox character class too. He is a tactician. Oh, rolled really good on his HP too. Max value, strategic focus. Well, offhand, I'm thinking War Mind is probably what we want. Let's see what information they give us. I guess not. I don't even know what book this comes from. I'm not seeing it though, so I guess we'll just roll the dice and we'll check it out. All right, we're getting expertise and 2 skill proficiencies. We will take perception and investigation. We are getting 2 new proficiencies. All right, I suppose we'll take athletics and survival. We're getting a fighting style. I think defense makes most sense for us. Okay. Yep. Not too bad. And that's going to benefit him more than anyone else. Oh, that is interesting. I was actually in process of creating a spell that kind of simulates some of that stuff, i.e. The Libra spell from Final Fantasy. But alright, yeah, he is leveled up and ready to accompany, so we'll drop him over here into the party mix. We'll jump back over to our regional map. And anything else before we get back to the field?
So anybody who's gathered around the fire, who has, we tell some stories and some fresh vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. But he also tells everyone that, just to let you all know, one of my biggest defenses is that I'm immune to fire. So if I'm in the thick of things and you need to throw fire spells, do not worry about me. I'm immune to fire.
Sounds pretty advantageous. Use you as bait.
Is
and then
there
throw a
anything
fireball.
anyone else has that can make sure that they keep them either safe from area effect spells, or that it's safe to cast several spells at people?
Yeah, I don't think I have like any resistances or anything, so I am just open for killing.
Jean is immune to the wish spell, so you guys keep your bad thoughts to yourself.
Oh, I wish I didn't know that. Oh, damn.
Grix doesn't have anything special.
Yeah, I thought I was talking, but forgot to do the push to talk. If you see Adon do his teleport ability, he resists all damage for the next round. So anything.
Excellent. And I am far from a frontline fighter, so hopefully I don't have to get into the thick of things. But who's good at frontline fighting, and who do we need to keep away from combat?
Yeah, I'd probably benefit by being away from it.
I should definitely be up front.
I am up front as well.
I'm like in the middle, sort of. Because I'm not really immune to anything, but I'm pretty good at stabbing shit when I'm not rolling nat ones.
I also have some healing, but I also picked up a Staff of the Woodlands, which allows me to cast without a trace without requiring me to expend one of my personal energies, which would also be a huge advantage for us while we travel to make us a little bit more stealthy, even those that are not skilled in stealth.
Yeah, bro, you keep your personal energies to yourself.
I like spreading my personal energy all over the place. Thank you.
Do you guys?
But other than that, after everyone's had their fill, if they want, they can sleep in the grove or they can head back to their own beds. I go to the cot that I have set up between two trees, the hammock, and I finish my long rest.
You are creepy as shit.
All right, let's see. We're going to roll a die 7 here, and the unlucky winner is, before the die even is cast, it's Don. Don is the only character that does not get a long rest this evening. He just has bad dreams.
What?
I mean, yeah, it's been like 3 months since you've gotten a long rest here. Let's throw a little monkey wrench in the works here, huh? All right,
Oh,
so
too late. Already had it.
all right, fair enough. We've got our refreshments. We've had a little opportunity to bond, to strategize, select a new companion, do a little shopping. Well, you know that it's going to be all right. And are we ready to head back to our spot in the field?
No time like the present.
Just about 1.25 miles up the road there. The wormhole that we opened with the Gossamer bulb remains open long enough for us to return to our spot in the field. After which, yeah, we've crossed through all of this. We can go back to that map if you want. Otherwise, we've pretty thoroughly explored it between the sessions that we spent on it. At this point, the signs that we can read seem to indicate that the larger sprawling district of the Fulton market area would extend to the south of this current position. Not a lot of indication what is to your east and west, although from what little you can see through the gloom, it looks like there are roads running towards this and parallel to the site that you're at now.
All right. Well, I'm going to make sure I cast Pass Without a Trace on all of us.
Alrighty. Feel free to post it up. Which hex do we want to try for? Northwest, southwest, south, southeast? We've already tried the northeast one. That didn't do us much good. Yeah, we might want to hustle as well. That's only a 1 hour duration, which it can take us a while to navigate these settings here.
Like, northwest was an option. We can do that.
I'll go wherever you guys want to go.
Just again, the signage would indicate that the market district continues into the southern hex here, whereas the other hexes around us, from what we can see, are more roads.
If nobody else has an opinion, I'm fine with northwest.
Now, are we just trying to explore, or do we want to go towards centers of what was once population?
Population centers are more likely to have resources.
True,
Very
we probably
true. So south would be our best bet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if we're gonna stick to like being in prior areas of population, then yeah, south. If we're looking to kind of explore and potentially get super fucked up, then northwest.
Well, sounds like we got a mix between both south and northwest.
I mean, I don't care. I'm fine with wherever.
Yeah, south, consensus on south, I guess.
Alrighty. Well, let's open up a little bit more for you to see here. Yes, Yes, indeed. The community does continue on to the south. And unlike the community to the north that we just progressed through, it is not stupid with zombies. And to boot, there's not a massive demented orange titan that's just smashing through everything hoping to kill you. This place looks positively settled. If you had to guess, the walls are standing. This is definitely a makeshift community. It's not the entire section of the neighborhood. They've kind of picked out a few blocks, cordoned them off, built some walls, built some lookout towers. There are some pretty awesome looking armaments posted atop some of these walls. One of them, in fact, looks like a jury-rigged minigun, if you had to guess. And with our limits of vision, it does appear that the sentries posted atop the walls are under the same restrictions. So it's not until we get about 60 feet from the wall that we notice them, they notice us. They do raise rifles, but not threatening and like, stop there, give us your stuff and we're going to kill you. Very much like cautiously, and they kind of nod their heads in your direction. And one of them calls out in English, is your business friendly or are we going to have a problem?
Definitely friendly, my friends.
Good, good. Let's actually step over to the map here. And I think this is one that we're going to try a little hybrid of the two sets of lighting that we were talking about. We're going to try a little fog of war and dynamic lighting mixed here. So let's get that. Oh, everything just went completely pitch black. That's interesting. Maybe I have to start over revealing our area again. What if...
I mean, I see the smoke. I just see in the middle the darkened space.
Yeah, that smoke is pretty cool. But that is not... Okay, well, I'm guessing it's because we don't have your tokens on the board yet. So, everybody, if you could, drag drop your character sheets into this little open box over here somewhere, and you should be able to see once we get you in there. Yep, there we go.
Hold on 1 second.
Did I place myself in the correct place? Or not?
More or less. Close enough. If you guys aim too far south, you're actually inside the gates, but easily remedied. Yeah, this is already not working the way I thought, so let's turn off the dynamic lighting. And just do fog
Did you
of
happen
war.
to hit the
Sorry,
long
he's not
rest button
summoned
on your
yet.
sheet?
Do the what with the who now?
For my dear wife. I don't think she hit the long rest button on her sheet.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, she's still looking pretty injured from yesterday. Definitely get that long rest on yourself. So yeah, this is just full fog of war right here. Gives us a better line of sight, especially for those of us who can fly. You're not going to be restricted by, I can't move past this wall space and we need me to physically drag your token from this space to this space. We have a little bit more freedom of movement in that respect. The downside, the biggest downside, is we have to be a bit more manual with our lines of sight because we can only see 60 feet, and with fog of war, we're potentially able to see, like even at this spot right here, Fury can see 65 feet, which if we trace that from Buddy, he can see 90 feet. So Buddy technically cannot attack things over here because his line of sight is only to here. So we need to be a little more manual with tracing lines of sight. It's going to be a little friendlier in some respects, a little more manual in that respect. So just keep that in mind. Fortunately on this map, Right now, there are no signs of aggression. This guy right here is the one calling out to you. And upon hearing that you are friends, I would also say, let's see, a persuasion check from Buddy to get our diplomacy off on the right foot.
Hey, Dan, my character is not showing up on the map here.
Did you drag and drop it onto the map?
I'm trying to. Do I have to do it?
Instead of opening your character sheet, just there you go.
I got it. Yeah.
Perfect. Just like that. You got it.
I am definitely not the face of this party.
Oh,
I'm
God.
a halfling that's like really disheveled and barefoot, and you know my armor looks like it's covered in grass and moss and stuff. And yeah, I'm not the most. I'm
Can
just
I give it a
cute and
try?
harmless.
Don't run yourself down, brother. People should want to hear from halflings, and they should want their armor to be covered in grass.
The guy on the wall responds to Buddy, "Just slow down, friend. We're not going to shoot you. This place is a place of peace for those who mean no harm." And he looks over at Dewdrop, who looks like she wants to speak, so by all means, roll persuasion, throw some RP behind that if you wish. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Dude, I'm fucking killing it, man.
Shouldn't have drank that whole bottle of schnapps before you came up here. So let me
Dude,
begin a
right?
speech.
Does anyone else have like good persuasion? Because I can put my inspo on this to get the 17.
What should I even say to them? That's the problem. My character's like good at persuasion, just not really like, hey.
This guy is just glancing back over into the courtyard as he's listening to your words, and it looks like he's conversing with someone else, or at least like giving eyes and some kind of silent gestures to somebody outside your line of sight over here.
You know what? Can I try rolling a persuasion? Also, I'm sorry if I sound nasally. I'm a little sicky.
That's
I'm okay.
totally fine. I'm in the same boat with you. Taking vitamins every day, and it's still coming for me.
I'm drinking iced coffee. It's probably not helping.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we're supposed to drink tea, but coffee's just so much tastier.
So can I roll that persuasion? I
Oh, yeah.
figured out something I want to say to the dude.
Please do.
She just has that natural murdery look to her, though.
I mean, I was expecting it to be a 3 with the wave we've been rolling here. 9, 5, 3. All right, you know what? We are going to open fire. A 22
We have cheese.
is fantastic.
If you let us in, we have cheese.
Oh, what is going on here?
Well, it can Dewdrop like fly over to Nyx and kind of like whisper in her ear like things to say. Because while I'm not like super convincing, apparently my persuasion is shit today. Like, I feel like I still like know what to say, just not very convincingly from my own little 3-foot fairy voice.
Okay, I'll make it sound better. We have resources to share, like cheese, for example.
We've got a community prediction going on right now in Twitch as well. How many times will Buddy ask about snacks? You can throw in some channel points to participate in that. Limited time only. Fun stuff there from our new Twitch moderator, Kimberly. Thank you.
Why are you trying to offer my cheese?
I'm just gonna look at you.
I'm gonna like whisper. I'm gonna whisper
at Buddy real quick and be like, "Listen, I'm trying here, man. I'm trying."
The man
Doesn't mean
smiles.
you got to give him the real cheese.
I'll whisper to Nyx and be like, "Girl, just let him know. Just say like, we are friendly. We have been fighting all of these zombie things, and that like we are just kind of looking for other people that are also just trying to survive and get through the day."
By the way, do we have anybody here who's over 3 feet tall? Because I mean, I think we're all kind of short. Huh?
Rick,
Rick is
represent
I
the
am,
lollipop
maybe.
world.
Yeah, Hidowin's taller than that.
Oh,
Yeah, Gary's
I got
pretty
it.
tall too.
We are looking for friends. we've been fighting this long time, and we just need friends and help and the power of friendship.
Fulton is open for any who wish to conduct business, who have trade to offer, who are in need of sanctuary. Whether you fulfill any or all of these will be determined. We do request that you leave any weapons here at the front gate. Upon entering, of course. We don't want you to leave your weapons outside. We will, of course, give you a writ of ownership for such items left behind, at which point, whenever you exit the community, you may reclaim them. Otherwise, there are few restrictions inside Fulton. You will find many amenities and traders, unlike anywhere else.
Out of the game, are they body checking us out of curiosity?
Right now it's just a
Sounds
verbal
good to me.
request. They haven't actually opened the gates and started the process, so you're not sure how in-depth it's going to be.
Grix is hugging his axe.
I got a bunch of daggers like hiding, and this is out of the game, so the guards don't hear. But like, I'm just wondering if they're gonna body check me because I'm hiding some stuff.
Entirely your choice whether you want to continue the deception or reveal everything upon being admitted inside. Either way, they are going to open the gates. Our guy here is going to go down the ladder.
Like
step
when they
on
do
over
open
here.
the gates, do we have the ability to like see inside and see if people are equally unarmed inside? Like to see if we're about to give up our weapons and just walk into blindly into a blitz.
We've got 50 zombies just outside your line of sight. Once you disarm yourself, you're more than welcome inside. You'll certainly have a wide view of this place here in just a few moments. Let's carve this open all the way down to there. Yep. I think I'm just going to open everything up except the insides of the buildings. You'll get a very good look at this community if you pan back. Won't be a perfect operation here, but we'll get it. Eventually you'll explore all of this and there won't be any fog of war hiding. Okay, get the southern sprawl. Open that. And you. Yeah, this place is positively brimming with people. There are survivors from all different walks of life here, as you can kind of pan around the community, get a look at the different areas and the buildings yet to be explored. We got a nice center area here that you'll be able to see as well. A couple vehicles might be operational. Almost done here. I think that's everything. Yeah, yes it is. Look at that. We got a few buildings to explore. We've got a lot of survivors scattered throughout the community, and the few that we can see, I mean, the two guys right here are definitely armed. This pleasant-looking individual is not carrying any weapons but a pair of tongs over a steaming vat of water. And for our characters who have spent their downtime reading and learning the English language, I mean, Grix technically knows it, but you wouldn't know it from his role earlier. Yeah, this guy's apparently selling hot dogs.
Grix looks like that stereotype from the action movies where he's like axe, 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 javelin, 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 short sword, light crossbow, and he throws a dragon head on there, and he's like, "Do you call that a weapon?" Yeah, whatever. You can hold on to it.
We'll be glad to hold on to that for you, yes, sir. This guy's taking custody of all your weapons. He's not actually doing a pat down. He is observing you very keenly with his eyes, but he seems very hesitant to touch any of you for whatever reason. But perceptively, he seems pretty keen, so make of that what you will in trying to secret any weapons inside.
I'm not making secret. However, all I have my quarterstaff, which is basically the staff of the woodlands, and my sickle, which is basically a farming tool. If they want to look at it that way, or if they're going to look at it as a weapon, so are they going to request me to give up specific items, or are they just going to assume that I'm going to hand stuff over to them?
Well, when your turn and the line comes up, they give you a look once over, and if you don't offer anything, they certainly point at the sickle. The staff, however, they don't seem to have any requirement over. That's could legitimately, you would not deprive an old man of his walking stick.
Okay, so I'll hand over the sickle, and I'll keep hold of the staff.
All right.
Do I have to give up my bow? Can I just give you my arrows?
We do request that they are stored together, yes.
Okay.
Arrows can be purchased within the community.
Okay, I'm gonna hand over my weapons, and he's just gonna watch me just pull out daggers from my boots, my arms, even my waist. And then I'm just gonna hand it over him.
My good man, can she keep at least one dagger to be able to eat with? Or are utensils and such provided wherever we go?
You can rest assured there are proper utensils and cutlery for the meals you will have inside. If it's been a while since you've eaten with a proper fork, you are going to find the food inside a proper delicacy, I assure you.
Ah, that is glad to hear, because I enjoy partaking of wonderful food.
We do have a wonderful chef who lives here, and also Grizz over there makes a mean hot dog. And this guy over here, yeah, he's probably named Grizz.
Rick swallows his nose over to the boiling things and holds up a claw for 3.
And the guards introduce themselves. If you make a habit of returning here to Fulton, you'll get to know us rather well. We are persistent on our sentry duties. I am Akando. This is Rob.
I love that. It's just like a condo, Grizz, Rob. But Dewdrop will also hand over her weapons, because there is really nowhere for her to hide it on her small little body.
Very cool. Is anybody trying to hide any weapons on the way in? We can certainly expedite this and get your characters inside.
Unless that would be if that would be a sleight of hand, I might want to try that. But if it's going to be deception, never mind.
It depends how large the item is. If it's like a small dagger, sleight of hand could certainly work. If it's something larger, then a deception would probably be more called for.
What if I wanted to like try to keep my sling? Sling kind of be small enough to do sleight of hand
I'd say,
kind of
yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
Okay. A
sling could be disguised as a scarf or a handkerchief or a headband, for all we know.
Well, I'll try to sleight of hand it. I think I got it.
Okay, Fiora will hand over his dagger, the crossbow, the pistol. I think that's all 3.
Do you currently have your walking cannon activated, or is that
I do not.
dormant? Gotcha. Otherwise, they'd be like, "What the heck is that?"
Okay,
Katie
this
is
is probably
definitely
very
good. Yeah, plus
yeah.
16 to your sleight of hand. Yeah, you're pretty sure you could have hidden a bazooka somewhere with that roll.
Yeah, probably. This is probably like a really silly, stupid question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. I'm assuming that like our weapons that we are attuned to, we keep the attunement to it, even if it is not like on our person or even in our immediate grabbing vicinity. Like we wouldn't have to reattune to it once we get them back.
Correct. I
Okay.
don't know what the specs are on that. I think if you take a long rest without it in your possession, maybe it unattunes, but I'm not even sure if they're specific about that because it's not something that happens very often in 5e. I think maybe just if somebody else attunes to it, then you lose the attunement. Like if somebody steals it, it's like, haha, now it's mine, and they attune, then you automatically lose it. Might be how it goes. Welcome to Fulton, and a brief tour of our facilities, and he gestures over in this area. You'll find any need for medical assistance over in our clinic. It's also our utility building. Don't mind the strange design. We've had to make do with what we are able. You'll find our slaughterhouse, run by Ted over here, also responsible for a great many of the meals. There's also a place for reflection, a library. There's also a small workout room in that area. Further to the south, you will find our most popular establishment, Kelvin's Tap, where you can find all manner of liquid libations, in addition to a few game rooms, including cards, dice, and pool. For our citizens who are unable to find permanent residence within the community, mostly due to space limitations at this point, we are looking at expansion, but right now we make do with what we have. There is our Nomads Camp off to the east, number of tents. The survivors there offer a variety of wares that might be of interest to your group. Lastly, in the southeast, you will find Victor's home. He is the leader of our community. He can most often be found during the night hours. He is most definitely asleep at this time of the day. And that pretty much sets us up with a general idea of what we're looking at here in the community.
Currency. What do you currently use? Gold, dollar, yen. What is
All
the
caps.
currency of trade?
We work with both the American dollar as well as coins of gold, which seem to have come in rather large demand in recent days.
Excellent, fine sir. Let us wander. I mean, we didn't have a specific goal to when we met people, right? Are we trying to get people to ally with our people at the mall, or are we trying to do other things to
I mean,
people?
This is kind of your show. We don't have a community leader really leading the direction right now, but it made sense among our survivors that we don't know the landscape, so let's just try to venture out, discover what we can, and if possible, meet a community or two who hopefully aren't trying to kill us on sight. Chances could be important in the long game.
Well, a couple
I
things we
gather
can get.
our. Oh, I gather our people together. Okay, who's the best talker amongst us?
Definitely Dewdrop, not me.
How is it Dewdrop? What's everybody else's charisma? What's everyone else's charisma modifier? Because mine's only a +2.
You got me beat.
I'm at +2.
I say like +2 cannot be our highest. No.
Rick has a 0.
I have a +1.
Oh my god.
I have a +1 and I'm covered in garbage. So I mean,
So me and Nyx, basically. Awesome, great. This is gonna go so fantastically.
I mean, I can talk, but I sound
So-
really
Alright.
stupid.
let's not try to create the trade agreement ourselves. Let us see if we can get an envoy sent here now that we know that this place exists. But let's explore first just to see how well these guys are and what they do before revealing any other location like the mall.
Well, yeah, we were just trying to get a lay of the land, so that's probably figuring out what the shops have here and if they have an idea what the land is around nearby. So the
My
library
first
probably.
test of these new people, my first test of these new people is if they're gonna try to stab me if I fly up to them and give them a happy little fairy hug.
That
Are they
isn't
gonna stab me?
a good possibility. All right, let's find the food.
They can't be friends if they try to stab us when we hug them.
I mean, they're friendly enough when they are given an embrace and a few smiles and chuckles shared in response to that. You're not stabbed, at least.
Are their perceptions good?
I'm sorry?
What if, like, I gave them a hug and and they dropped something out of their pocket magically, so I just want to, pick
You're
it
gonna try
up.
and rob somebody? I mean, you can certainly try
I mean, do they have anything stealable? Shit, I wasn't even thinking about that. But with a +16 to sleight of hand, what y'all want?
I mean,
I have +7, that's why I'm wondering, like, do they have anything valuable?
I'm gonna do like the most like kind of like fairy like 7-year-old child shit. Like I'm not even looking for anything like super super harmful. I just want to see if they have like a really fucking cool rock in their pocket. I just want to see if they have a really fucking cool rock.
That's another sleight of hand check.
I just want pretty shiny jewelry, honestly.
A condo has a wallet.
You should have robbed Rob.
I feel like robbing someone named Rob, like I feel like they're anticipating it because of the name. Like they're literally asking for it, so I feel like they're on guard for it.
But he looks like, out of all of them right there, he looks like the one that has something. He just has it in his space. Like, look at him.
Okay. I'm gonna fly across from a condo to Rob and give him my happy little fairy hug. And maybe try to sleight of hand on him too. See what he has. Because my best friend Nyx is telling me to, and I trust her.
Oh dear.
Out of curiosity,
That's right.
where's the
That's
library
right. You
again?
see that?
He has on his possession a pack of cigarettes. He also has a little rolled aluminum foil, which contains some food from earlier this morning that looks like he was saving for later. And he also has a full magazine of ammunition for backup for his rifle.
I mean, you can sell cigarettes.
I mean, are we really hurting for gold as a group?
Probably
No,
not.
I have gold. I have gold. No, I just want
Like, and that's coming from a rogue. Like, my whole thing is stealing, but like,
Don't
are we
we
really
have?
hurting that bad?
Don't we have some American dollars from somewhere too?
I don't know that anybody ever tracked it. I remember calling attention to it on, I think, a Tuesday map, and the response was, "What the hell do we care about that? We have gold." And I mean, yeah, it's not often you're going to find
Would
need for it,
Dewdrop
but
even know what cigarettes are? Like, I
oh yeah,
like they're
Oh,
like
yeah.
as big as her. Like half my body size in one cigarette.
correct.
Okay. Because that could have been a fucking hilarious conversation. I don't think I'm gonna like actually take any of that stuff. I'm gonna just fun to see, I guess, but nothing that's beckoning to me.
All right, yeah, pretty basic gear, life and death stuff for these guys, but more or less just a curiosity for characters at your level with the equipment at hand.
That and they could have had a really fucking cool rock. Like,
Sure. Yeah, if one of these guys had a magic item, they are hopefully attuned to it, but we'll see.
oh,
Are
see,
you
you're going
saying
like a
there's
tuned
magic
item
items
rock
right
stone
now?
thing, and I'm just going like a really smooth stone. Like, I mean, I'm going like really basic human shit, and you're like, oh, a magical attuned item. And I'm like, oh, yeah, those exist too.
Very true. Well, you guys are welcome to step on in when you wish. Hopefully the dynamic lighting is not blocking you at the gate here. Hopefully that's not the issue.
It is.
Ah!
I've been trying to. The gate's been blocking me.
That's
yeah, I was
funny.
trying to get into it. It won't
I
let me.
even turned off the dynamic lighting, so that's like the strangest of the strange. All right.
Yeah, no, I've been trying to move around while she's been talking this entire time, just so that we have something to do,
That's funny. All right.
and to get as far away
okay.
from the shit show that's going to happen if she screws up her sliding hand.
There we go. Okay, I've got the gate open on the right and on the left. You guys should be good to enter. There we go. That's so weird, even with the lighting turned off, because there's a line there.
Hey Dan, which of these did you say was the library?
The library was pointed over in this area. This appears to be like a multi-purpose building, slaughterhouse, quiet room, library, workout room. Ironically, the library and the workout room are right next to each other, so that's kind of interesting.
Ah, yes, nothing helps me study more than the scent of sweat.
Yes, and the clanking and clanging and banging of iron metal, full pumping iron.
Wizards to the gym, fighters to the library.
Archers to the basement.
And Dewdrop just like kind of fly around and just like look for cool looking rocks.
You can. It's
That's all
not.
I want to do.
It's not long before you would find that. That would be over in the Nomad camp to the east, where some of our ladies taking residence over there have a number of interesting curiosities in that regard. Thunderfoot's just walking right through walls and shit here. Well, I guess it would help if I separated the dynamic lighting or the fog of war a little better. Let's do that.
I can't figure out where the door is.
Is this the guy with the hot dog?
There we go. There's also a window on the west side. And yes, Grizz is the guy with the hot dogs. And Grix asked for 3 of them, so Grizz is going to prepare that first and foremost.
What
Got
kind
any
of
money?
meat is this?
It's a mix of all kinds of different good stuff. Does your body well.
Are they magical hot dogs?
Well, they'll make you feel magical. This guy named Ted over in the slaughterhouse nods at Buddy as he walks in.
I'll take 3.
Got any money?
Oh, please.
Yes. How much gold
yes,
does this
that's money.
cost?
I'll take a single coin from both of you for the 3.
I'll cover Grix's transaction as well.
There's also this I believe
Friends
half-elf
movie?
stepping out of the slaughterhouse when Buddy shows up.
I'm gonna go over to Buddy.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
And I'm sorry, what was Grixalot saying there?
He says, friend?
Of
Hi,
course.
friend. I yell back.
Grix will hold out his hand to Grizz. That's funny. I wasn't even thinking of Grix when I created this guy. I was just like, he looks like a grizzly-looking dude, so I'm going to name him Grizz for short. He holds out a hand to the lizard folk.
Grizz reaches out a claw.
He cautiously takes it, almost looking like he's not expecting to get his hand back. But upon the successful gesture of friendship right there, he looks over at Nyx as well. Hope you enjoy the treats. They're mighty tasty.
As Buddy addresses the somewhat rougher, worse for wear looking half-elf man who's exiting the slaughterhouse, he will look down at the halfling and say, I hope you're not looking for anybody here to help in any kind of fighting or rescue. Nobody here wants to fight or can, apparently.
Fight? Rescue? Hey, we're heroes. Ish.
I'll give you an appraising look for a moment. You're not just more refugees?
Oh no. We're explorers, and we're here just exploring. I came to bless the cows that are about to give their lives for these people so that they can eat, which is part of the natural chain of life.
Yes, indeed. That is a good thing.
So, what do you need help with?
Well, I got here yesterday myself, and I was unfortunately separated from the rest of my group. Maybe a mile or so from here. I think that's the unit of measurement they use here. And they took me in and helped nurse me back to health here, which I'm eternally grateful for. But they have no help to spare in me trying to return to where I left my companions, and hopefully they are not in worse state than I was.
Well, you look trustworthy.
He also looks a little familiar behind the fourth wall to players like Don and Johnny, and Katie's probably even kind of like, that looks familiar. And
Wait,
as I've
And
is
then
that
unveiled
Justin?
Hawakan, I was like in my head. I
That's
was like,
Justin.
oh my god.
You didn't
we're doing
recognize
it.
Justin's voice?
Hawakan.
Oh my gosh, it's Justin. No, I knew Justin. What the hell?
But yes, I've been hinting at it for a while now. There is a reason why Monday and Tuesday are playing in Cringe, Chicago. We unfortunately had to abandon ship on our Dragonlance campaign there due to scheduling conflicts, but I have not planned on ending the story there. And here is our first pull at that thread, as J-Man is going to guest star tonight, and possibly next Monday night, as well as Hawakan, his character from the Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen module. Fantastic stuff.
Wait, is there a paladin with you? Because I heard that paladins are really amazing people, especially those people who play paladins that are absolutely fantastic players, and they just love the paladin-ness.
Or do you
I'm gonna go bless
perhaps
cows.
maybe have like a rogue who just like really likes to fuck shit up? She's my
No.
friend, and she has said that this paladin is such a
no,
fucking
no.
asshole.
No, the paladin is amazing. It's the rogue that really needs to learn her place and learn not to kill so many people. And
She lives by her own little code. She doesn't need to follow your code. It's okay. Everyone's allowed to live in their own lane, and she does. So that paladin needs to kind of step off.
Y'all were just underestimating the wizard. That's what people do.
Too cool, too cool. We miss these characters.
I just miss stealing things and then letting my friends go to jail for it.
You know,
Oh, that was
this
epic.
dynamic between the paladin and the rogue makes me remember another dynamic between a paladin and a rogue, but it just escapes me for the moment.
Yeah, we also had Paul from our Wednesday and Thursday table playing in that group. I think Richter also had a character that he brought in the session before everything kind of went to poop. And then John T., affectionately known as Joint, because that's what autocorrect apparently thinks I'm trying to say, which I can't blame it. But he also was a long-time companion in that party from the first session. He played our Kender, who also got us into his fair share of trouble, as Kenders tend to do.
And the paladin spent most of his time trying to get them out of trouble.
Oh yeah, we had a group
So
split
Yana
there.
got herself out of trouble, and she broke her friend back out of jail because I let him go to jail for me in the first place.
Yeah, that
She
jail
got one of
session
her
was
companions killed.
Okay, well, everyone dies. Like, it's not my fault.
Not everyone truly lives, is the follow-up.
So this half elf will look at the people who have gathered around him and be like, I thank you for your interest. I would not wish to impose upon anyone. It could be a very, very dangerous situation. I barely escaped with my life. And my name is Hawakan.
Oh, I'm Buddy Moonglow, druid extraordinaire. Well, not really extraordinaire. I mean, I'm a little bit up there in the rankings of druid, but not necessarily up in the high rankings of druid. But I do have my own grove, and that should be enough. But I also have families that come and help tend the grove when I'm not there. So that could make me a leader of sorts, but I really don't lead them because they just come in and they do what they need to do anyways, and I really don't have to tell them what to do.
He'll glance over at Adelin, like, is it normal kind of look?
Buddy, you might want to pull your pipe out and relax a bit.
For
Yeah, it has
Jim,
been a while, hasn't it?
Jim and Fury, you guys are welcome to proceed into here. We have the workout room and the library. There are a few areas that we still haven't fully checked out or are aware of, but the areas we've expressed interest in, here they are.
I would like to look in the library, see if I can figure out anything about how I got into this world. I don't know what kind of check you want me to make.
Is there
You're
a
probably
person posted in here?
there's nobody in here yet. It's just a little quiet room with a single shelf with maybe like 40 or 50 books of varying interest. A few kids books, a few history and geography books. It looks like they have a book on botany and flowers. A pretty varied range of interests here. Nothing too deep though. You can certainly roll an investigation check, but unless everything just lands perfectly, this is likely a research that would likely take days, if not weeks, to try to unravel.
I want to kind of start with probably the geography, looking more so for like maps and stuff.
Plenty of those then. They are all maps that are relative to the Chicago area in the circa late 1960s. You're not sure what year it supposedly is here now, but the books do indicate 1968.
Is there any more like probably would be like hand drawn at this point for a more modern kind of take?
I'm sorry, what are you asking?
So I know like you were saying like there's printed material type maps that is from when it had started. But I'm looking for more of a modern one that somebody may have gone and hand drawn, like, oh hey, there's danger here, kind of thing.
Gotcha. If there is one of that sort, it is not contained here in this little library/reading room. Possible.
Hey, if you roll another 6, you can probably find a guide to hell.
Ugh, God. Yeah, it's possible that they might have like a survivalist or somebody familiar with the landscape who has a map of that sort that they've drawn for their own use, but as far as one being publicly available here, you're not finding one.
Gotcha. I kind of want to take some of the paper I have then and kind of figure out where we're at and have like at least a more local area map for our group itself.
Yeah, it seems to roughly line up with the eastern side of Chicago. You would guess that your other team that headed east from the home base, they're maybe only a couple miles away from Lake Michigan. Makes kind of lines up. You guys have been near a bunch of rivers. The smell of a nearby lake has been prevalent even through the gloom in this setting so far. So you think you kind of have an idea of where you're at, and you in fact find an area called Fulton Market District. So you think you've pegged on the map exactly where your group is at.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then any other like little mini major areas that I think might be important landmarks even now.
I mean, that's like every pin on the map almost. This is a
Gotcha.
major metropolis area, so depending on what has stood through the apocalypse and what has not, because based on the condition of these buildings, I mean, you guess this map has got to be like 20, 25 years old. So everything lines up more or less, but some things are likely to, oh, yeah, we expected there to be a massive warehouse here, and it's actually been ravaged to the ground a decade earlier. So not everything necessarily will line up. And as far as our characters getting the hot dogs, I mean, they are pretty damn tasty. This guy knows his craft, and it's a limited craft it may be. As far as Dewdrop, over here in the Nomad section, there is just an exclamation of glee from these women living over here upon your arrival, because they've never seen one of your kind in the flesh. And they were certainly not expecting today to be the day that this happened. So there is a lot of activity and swirl of excitement that all characters can hear as far out as wherever you happen to be in the community. Even the characters in the library, you can hear just the squealing and screaming of these ladies coming to be the first to check out who this little beautiful fairy is.
You hug every single one of them.
Introductions are made. We've got a number of new characters here.
If you can wait until I'm done blessing these cows, I will introduce you to the rest of our group.
I don't know how much time I have, but I will, of course, wait. I cannot do it by myself. So, thank you for considering it at all.
So I touch the head of each of the cows and, bless you and thank you for giving your life to give sustenance to these people in need. And may your journey across the rainbow be pleasant, and may you find gifts of joy in the afterlife.
Well, you just made these cows' day right here. They are certainly wise enough to understand what the procedure is going on here, so they definitely appreciate an understanding and sympathetic soul. As gruff and mean as he may look, Ted definitely does care for these animals very kindly and tenderly. As kind as you can for someone in his position, anyway.
Right. Okay, see you later.
And then the
Hey,
zombie
where'd he go?
apocalypse breaks out. Everybody has to run for their lives, and Hawakan drops his hot dog on the pavement in his flight from here, just like Charles did his taco in the original Agent Orange story. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Oh.
I never get to eat nothing. You never give me nothing.
Oh, hey everybody, this is Hawakathon, and he's got friends that he needs to help rescue, and we can go and help rescue.
And he swallows down a bit of the hot dog. Thank you, buddy. My name is actually Hawakan, but it was close. You did well.
What can you tell us about whatever beset your party?
I feel it must be much the same as I'm sure you have encountered in your explorations. It's the hordes of these walking dead. I mean, I'm no stranger to the undead, even some of the more powerful ones, but just the numbers that beset us. Even Sir Reginald was overwhelmed.
We have certainly faced hordes that might take a little time to dispatch, but shouldn't be an issue.
I'm not sure if it's common here, but the undead we faced were able to speak and were very coordinated, had tactics.
I don't think we've run into too many speaking ones, have we?
No, we haven't.
And then perhaps it was just our luck that brought us to such a group.
Yeah, really just during the downtime when our group was all together, when all 6 tables were in the same space, we would have had access to Lilith, who was the sentient zombie from Thursday table. And her main interaction with anybody who chose to approach her was basically just, yes, I'm a zombie. I'm fully aware of this. Please don't kill me. I know what I am, and it's a horrible state of affairs, but I'm not here to eat you, I promise. Fortunately, she got swallowed by a Tarrasque, and then in a potential alternate future, Dawn's character from Wednesday night got swallowed by the same Tarrasque and ran into her in there when she was, well, I could infect you with this virus that I have, and you might survive in here a little bit longer. Just kind of connecting the dots on that little mystery, because a few people, when you're connecting the different tables like this, it's not always obvious what's going on. That was Captain Gator. That was a different sentient zombie, but yeah, that was our other one who did not interact as often. She was met towards the tail end of our Act 4. So yeah, anything that we want to do here? I know Katie was looking for some gemstones, and Shauna over here has a few pretty stones that yeah, we're not even going to try to sell. We are happy to pass over into your possession.
I'm gonna hug her even bigger than I already have. And say, thank you for these super cool rocks.
And this girl down here, Nicole, calls Dewdrop over to her tent. She has something that she really, really wants to show you over here in the ruby red pink tent over here. Let's get this bad boy open.
I want to go over there too. I want to buy stuff.
Make her show you the candy first. I made the mistake once.
No. That's not what we wanted. Where's the... Man, I had this ready earlier. Now it's lost in all of this stuff. There it is, yes. She's got a little herbalist shop set up here inside of her tent, and a few items for sale. They've got some price tags written on them. She's got a cauldron, herbalism kit, mortar and pestle. But that's not what she brought you in here for. In fact, she brings out a large, red, sweet-looking fruit that basically looks like a giant strawberry. And she says, I just picked this and finished curating it this morning. It is called a diolet fruit, and it will restore wounds to even the most grievous injuries. It's similar to a first aid kit or a potion of greater healing, as you might be aware. The difference with this, of course, it's edible, tasty, and unfortunately will spoil after 9 days, so make sure to eat it sooner than later.
Oh, knowing me and my friends, it'll get eaten before that 9 days is up. We get in a lot of sticky situations.
So that's the proper spelling of that. Diolet fruit, it's basically a potion of greater healing. And there is one additional fruit that she wants to give you. Yeah. This one is called the Gulthias fruit, and it is a very rich blue, almost dark purple, black even, almost kind of looks like an eggplant, but much, much smaller. Of course, you're not trying to tote this giant thing around. And she warns you, do not eat this first thing in the morning or in the middle of combat. This is more a de-stressing agent for those rough nights.
I am going to just wrap my arms around her, give her a big hug, and say, thank you so much, friend.
She smiles, returns the hug and the gesture in kind. Everybody's very curious about what's going on here. Nyx also arrives on the scene and is met with an equal amount of glee, being an elf girl who we apparently don't seem to have any of in here. I mean, apparently we've had some travelers come through, but if you look at the people who are calling this place home, they almost are all human from the looks of them.
Dewdrop is gonna fly back up to Nyx and be like, Nyx, these are the nicest freaking people I've ever met.
Oh yeah, this girl Angela, who was looking at Nyx, just starts kind of like eyeing her up and down, and she grabs out a little measurer and starts like measuring shoulder to shoulder, and she says, I have the perfect dress that I just finished making. Would you do me the honor of wearing it?
Yes.
I think we should grab some snacks before we go, though.
Lay off the bud and you won't need so many snacks.
Yeah, this is a
Lots of munchies.
a courtier's outfit, very elegantly made, a combination of reds and greens, and it is a very lightweight, worth probably about 30 to 40 gold pieces. This girl definitely, if she made this herself, she put a lot of time and love into it.
I do need more clothes. I will give you 40 gold pieces for it.
Oh no, please, this is a gift.
For me?
Yes,
Why me?
Oh, but of course. It's not often we have such grace and elegance in our community.
Thank you. I might cry. Where is your dressing room so I can put it on?
She points to the yellow tent right here. I'm afraid this is all we have for privacy, but you're welcome to it.
Okay, I'm gonna go put it on for you.
Why is it so dark in here?
Where's our dude at? Where'd he go? Oh, he went to the bar.
Is there anything in this yellow tent other than it being a privacy tent?
Just a few blankets on the ground, some hay for a mattress, a couple pillows. Fury has found the west entrance egress to the community, and yeah, this girl is just staring daggers down at him. She does not. She's one of the few people here who does not seem to be pleased to see your group on the premises. As for Dawn, we're just going to open up the whole bar area down here. We've also got a little garden on the outside. We've got another livestock area down here on the southwest. And yeah, this whole area, like they said, this is Kelvin's Tap. And this guy gives Buddy a very, very wide grin, holds up a shot of tequila as you enter, and he places it down on the bar. First one's free, the rest costs double. I'm just kidding. Welcome, welcome.
Ah, thank you. I appreciate it. I down the shot.
Yeah, that is a smooth bit of fire going down as the two guys getting ready to kick off their game of pool here. Just look at Buddy. It definitely a bit of curiosity.
Yep. There's no sign that says no shirt, no shoes, no service, right? I'm not wearing no shoes.
Nope, nothing like that.
Great. I'm gonna see if there's any snacks on the bar.
There are some pretzels and some peanuts. And these guys will just get
Ooh,
about.
I'm gonna have a couple of those. Grab another drink.
Very cool.
Where's a place that I could buy some supplies for a trip?
Oh, what kind of supplies?
Like food stuff, because we're going to be out in the wilderness and stuff. I mean, I can forage for myself and handle myself, but my companions, you know, they're not as sophisticated as I am.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, if you're looking for whether it's fresh or stuff to keep good on the road, go speak to Tim and Margaret over at the Solar RV. They've got a pretty good setup there. They make the most delicious food out of the smallest kitchen.
Ooh. Okay. I appreciate it. I throw a gold on the bar.
Ah, much obliged, sir. Much obliged. And looks like Sammy here is getting the Kimberly curse, and Kimberly's likely watching us here on the live stream and can see that she's whispering to Fury, but I'm being included on that one half of the conversation. I don't see what Fury is whispering back, but I see what Nyx is whispering occasionally to Fury. It's the funniest thing. Like, we'll have the same thing on Tuesday. Kimberly will be whispering to her brother, but I never see anything that Grant responds back with.
It's just out of curiosity. I'm just wondering if in-game Fury is also allergic to nuts.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just be aware in that respect. It's an unintended and weird little glitch with Roll20 that occasionally I'll be included on just a random whisper here and there.
Yeah, unfortunately, Fury is not allergic, so. Or I should say, fortunately.
Wokan will look over at Rickus a lot, the giant lizard guy. He seems a little uncomfortable with him, but he'll say, "This is their tavern, or I believe they call it a bar. I believe the first drink is free if you wish to imbibe.
You have to pay for water?
By drink, I mean alcohol.
Just let fruit rot and then eat it.
Oh,
Indeed, indeed.
Oh, we might be able to get some supply and food over by this wagon over here.
Yeah, our two chefs will introduce themselves. Ah, you're the new arrivals that we've heard so much about. Yes. I take it you're here for a sample of today's delicacies?
Ooh, that sounds amazing. I love to have snacks and stuff. So, what kind of delicacies do you have?
Today's special is quite exquisite. It took us a good number of weeks to acquire the ingredients for this, and it's just finished now. Margaret reaches in, opens a wood-burning oven, and takes a large flat steel plate with a handle, slides it in, and pulls out a massive flatbread pizza laden with all kinds of chopped veggies and spicy and cured meats. And they start setting it down. Of course, it will need to cool for a few moments, but after it is sliced, it is welcome for all in the community. We do not charge for our food here.
Okay. I'm also looking for a place to be able to get some supplies for a long journey. I mean, I could easily forage for myself, but some of my other companions are not so um, talented in that aspect. So, any place where we could get a small supply of food stuff outside your wonderful cooking.
Well, this guy is just way too well dressed for these parts, but a very handsome gentleman steps out from the southeastern building and looks at your group in front. I normally wouldn't be awake this early, but the smell is positively mouth-watering. You've outdone yourself today, Timothy. And who are these wonderful arrivals? I am called Victor. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And we will show.
I am Buddy Moonglow, and this is Grix back here, and he's a lizard folk. You may not want to hold your hand too close to his mouth or anything. And this is Hawakan, and he's our new friend that we just met.
With those introductions, we will take our halftime break here. You can, of course, feel free to continue any RP during that segment, but Victor's introduction and anything in continuance from that will wait until the other side of our halftime here. We'll catch you in 10 minutes or so, friends. Are you with us?
I'm gonna give Victor the stitch high. High.
And it's obvious that Wakan's grasp of English is relatively new and not that great.
Welcome back, friends. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Howdy.
We're not here.
Oh, somebody's
Hello.
leg? What happened?
It's like when you're just walking normally and just roll your ankle for no reason.
This is the kind of thing that just tickles my ball.
So we've got the community leader, Victor, approaching your group here. Introductions have been made. I take it you're finding our community to your liking.
Quick question: did I meet him already? Like when I was brought in?
You have not. This is the first time he's came out since you've arrived here.
Why, yes, it's absolutely amazing.
Thank you. We've been rather fortunate since, for a great number of years now, to be in a relatively untouched pocket of all this madness. That is until somewhat recently. We used to be connected to a number of communities in the area. However, recent events seem to have twisted our understanding of the landscape and also potentially put in peril those that we considered allies. It's been some time since we've been in touch with them. I mention this because I am quite observant and quite perceptive, and I would venture to guess that you are not here on a permanent stay of residence. You intend to continue on. If I could be so inconvenient as to make a request, if in your path you come across the stadium, you can't miss it. Chicago Stadium is quite dominating in the landscape. There are a number of survivors there that we had contact with, a trade route even, but again, since the landscape and the weather became so unpredictable, we've not heard from them in a number of weeks, actually.
This seems to be a problem.
Ah, yes, it is indeed. We are able to sustain in some respects on our own, but people and community, these are truly the most important things nowadays.
Walken will nod and smile as he says this and respond. I did not have a chance to thank you yet for your community helping me to heal and recover last night.
This guy steps out, dressed in doctor's smocks and everything. This is somebody who Hawakan has met rather closely. This is the doctor that saved you, healed your injuries last night. And he is, the state of his dress, he should probably not, he should probably stay pretty far away from the food area to avoid any potential contamination. But he steps over and looks a little sad and depressed as he looks at Victor and just kind of gives a shake of the head. And Victor seems to understand as he also kind of backs away and gives a forlorn nod down at the ground. And then he turns and almost too conveniently, wow, what the hell was that? How'd you end up over there? I'm gonna phase through the wall. I gotta play some pool, motherfuckers. No, he steps right down here to the girl tending garden, and he whispers something to her that, depending on your character's passive perception, you may interpret.
Mine's only a 19.
Only a 19. Okay.
19 is respectable enough, and you do at least make out from this distance the words sorry and brother, and the girl just breaks down in hysterics, as it appears that she has lost someone very, very dear to her.
I say to the leader, well, I am recently joined with these travelers, but we appear to be traveling around. If we see any of your trading partners or their remains, we could certainly investigate that if you would wish.
I would be most appreciative. This base has stood for a great many years, despite recent incursions by greater numbers of the undead. Unfortunately, we've had more casualties than we are comfortable with in recent days. It had been well over a year since we'd lost anyone, and that person due to old age, so losing someone as violently, losing people as violently as we have recently, it takes a toll on a community such as this. You are welcome to use this community as a waypoint of sorts. If and when you are in need of food, of rest, of even companionship, we can be quite useful in a great number of respects. Do not underestimate the power of a good card game, or a game of pool, or even a comfortable meal, or a night spent in good gossip and good cheer.
Oh, I know all about good meals and good cheer and good time. And good snacks.
And effectively, what this will mean is that as long as this community stands, which that is indeed open to the passage of the story itself, you are free to use your gossamer bulbs to travel here instead of to your home base. If you don't want to waypoint all the way back to home, if you want to come here, you're of course free to summon the merchant from your home base to this location. So we have some flexibility in that respect. Granted, it's only like 2.5 miles up the road, so it's not that huge a deal, but it did take you like 7 or 8 sessions to make it from the mall to this spot. So even being able to return here a little more quickly could be of benefit depending on future story paths and decisions.
Thank you, Victor. Your offer is most generous, and should I be able to find my companions in good condition, we will likely take you up on that offer.
It's good to hear. And Timothy looks over at Buddy and responds to a question asked earlier. We do have some dried food that will sustain a bit longer if you have need for it on the road. Some jerky, some dried fruits, and some other things that will keep a bit longer. We can spare a few days for each of your companions if you have need for it.
That would be amazing. Thank you.
Yes, but of course. And anything else of interest or desire going on up here? We did receive a few gifts. Nyx looks positively ravishing in the new dress that she has been given. In fact, you wouldn't be surprised if it carries a perhaps a passive charisma or persuasion bonus if used in the right circumstances. Dewdrop likewise has received a couple choice pieces of fruit as well as some gemstones. The gemstones are labradite in a variety of different shapes. In total, there's 80 gold pieces worth of gems that were gifted. Adolin does not receive quite the same jubilant response as he approaches. Maybe he's just not as exotic as our elf and our fairy friend here, but he does receive a few looks of curiosity as well as a wave or two in friendly greeting.
He'll probably keep his distance a few steps back, just with all the squealing and things. I think Adon's becoming less trustful, and he would have come over to make sure everything was cool.
Very cool. Yeah, everything seems very friendly here. This is a vibe and an energy that has not been seen in some time. Whether it's authentic or fabricated, it's definitely something that has not been seen in a long time.
Could I roll an insight to see if I think it's fabricated?
You may. He's not sensing anything amiss.
All right. He'll walk around the group then and go to where he hears voices down here.
Very cool. And was there any attempted interaction here, or is Fury just kind of checking around the perimeter?
Hello, friend. Out of curiosity, as I know you're watching the gate there, I'm
Hi.
a person of a craftsman of sorts. I'm kind of looking for anyone that really builds or creates things, and maybe someone that knows a bit about survival around this area.
Hey, that's unfortunately someone we just lost a few days ago. Most of our fighters, our scavengers, our scouts lost in the recent surge of undead. Those of us standing guard here still trying to get the
A
hang of
surge,
our
you say?
craft. Yes.
So they haven't been in giant, large groups like this?
Not in these parts, not in some time. We cleared this area years ago. It would take a substantial group of them wandering from far, far away to prove any danger to our community here. It's almost as if they were directed into our walls. He points at the gate right here. You might not have the best look at it from your side, but right here, and he's just looking at all of the gore and grime that is just permanently plastered onto the metal gate right here. It's a good thing the gate's held.
Surely. We've once or twice seen massive amounts running towards our group as well sometimes.
Can only imagine how terrifying that must be out in the open without anywhere to place your back for defense.
If you're able to hide good enough, you're able to get out of the dodge sometimes.
He looks down from his perch. I'm Lester. That's Tina. He points over at the scowling girl across the way.
I'll take it she's not a fan of me.
I wouldn't take it personally. She doesn't like me much either. Doesn't seem to much like anyone, as a matter of fact. It's because you're all a bunch of fucking assholes, she responds.
Know if you guys, I know you said all of your notable crafters are gone, but know anyone that might be selling their wares or whatnot in this community?
What kind of wares are you seeking? We've got plenty of basic survival gear as far as food and drink are concerned. Even a few luxury items like some rather potent fruits and smokable items. As far as weaponry or things of that nature, we are a bit ill-equipped at the current time, unfortunately. The residents at Chicago Stadium were more the militant-minded, which proved of great benefit in our alliance with them, and I shouldn't say too much about that.
Oh, well, for the most part, I'm looking for. Guess who I would use the word curiosities. I've stumbled across items in random buildings sometimes, take them apart for parts and stuff. Because, like I said, I'm a craftsman myself. Just anything for helping out with looking to create new things.
Oh, I think I might know what you're talking about. Shit. I can't really leave my post right now. Go over to the tap and go find a man named Zeke, and tell him that Lester said to give you the case.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Thank you very much there, Lester.
I think you'll find that hopefully right in the wheelhouse of what you're looking for.
And you said it was the tap. That's that building over there, right?
Yeah, just behind you there on the south side of the street, past the livestock area.
Well, thank you very much. And Fury will kind of put his hands together in thanks as he's walking backwards towards the tap.
Very cool, very cool. And Zeke is easily found right here at the front door in the middle of his game of pool with the very, very happy Jasper here, who is very happy for a guy who's not winning the game. Maybe he just finds that kind of thing very cool. I like losing. It makes me very happy. Zeke just gives you an eye as you step in. A few people today with those point ears. What do you guys call yourselves again? Elvises?
Not so many syllables, just elves.
Jasper laughs. He's like, oh, that joke died about 3 days ago when the last one showed up here, Zeke. Hey, I thought it was funny. Yeah, what can I do for you there, elf?
So, you're Zeke. Man over at the wall over there, Lester, he sent me to actually talk to you. Said something about having you show me the case or something.
But, gee, all right. Unexpected. But, yeah, I guess if he's just giving stuff away, no business of mine. I'm just holding on to it for him. He steps here into the game room and over here and opens up the door and goes into this large chest containing a number of items, one of which is a basically like a Halliburton case of sort. It is all locked up, combination style. He will pass you, or sorry, not combination style. It's got a secure key lock on it. He will also pass over the key on a chain, which do with that as you will. Guess this is yours. Whatever.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, whatever. It's customary to treat the delivery person to a bit of liquid courage, if you know what I'm saying. He kind of throws a wink over at Kelvin here behind the bar.
Oh, definitely.
Kelvin will pour a couple of shots And a third one for Fury as well, while this guy just stares down the entire establishment with a trained eye of security.
So, like a bouncer kind of look, or
Definitely. He's one of the few people, now that you're here and kind of hanging out for a few minutes, he's, aside from the guards at the sentry towers, he's the only person you've seen in the community actively wearing a firearm.
now does it look like just basic firearm, or does it look like, like how some people have like a revolver when everyone else is having like 9mm kind of thing?
Gotcha. His weapon is definitely contemporary. He's got the automatic pistol.
Gotcha. Well, I will toast Zeke and Jasper.
Kelvin will pour a little shot of club soda for himself. Got to stay sober for the shift here. Otherwise, shots are drank. Thanks are exchanged. Kelvin looks over at Fury expectantly for some kind of compensation. Otherwise, proceed elsewhere.
How much are you, my friend?
Oh, that's entirely up to the guest. We don't have a set price list here.
Well, I don't know if this is generous, but I'll leave him 5 gold.
Yeah, you can tell by the jaw that he's picking up off of the bar that he is quite impressed with your generosity. Much obliged, sir. Much obliged. I'll make sure to have something special prepared for you on your next arrival.
Why, thank you. And I'll walk out here and then I guess kind of look where anyone else from our group is.
Oh yeah, you can hear most of them just over to your east, right here by the solar RV, getting some fresh flatbread pizza that is just wafting all over the community, is deliciously luring all of the tokens to this spot faster than I can reasonably grab them, drag them here, have them eat, and place them back where they belong. So just assume there's a steady stream of traffic. Even Grizz the hot dog guy is like, I'm gonna go get me some pizza. So yeah, it's a very crowded and happy place. Pretty much the only person who doesn't come over here, or the only people who don't, are the sentries, because they're very serious about their duties.
Okay. As I'm walking over there, I kind of tuck that case into my bag.
It is heavy. This is like 20 pounds worth of stuff that you can just like hear metal and all kinds of stuff clanking inside of this case that you were given.
Yeah. No, that's probably part of the reason. I was like, this is too heavy. I gotta put it in the bag.
Very, very good. Oh yeah, and the pizza is just as delicious as it smells. Don't mind me here. Ooh. All right. Anything else that we want to do here in the community? Anything that we've kind of left, any threads that we've left that we want to take care of right now, or shall we proceed to the next zone?
Nope, I'm good. I got my snacks, so I'm good.
Would there happen to be a bench nearby?
There's some crates right over here leaning up against the fence that you could take a seat on.
Yeah, I would go over there and take a seat, and then I do, because I haven't really tried it while here in any of the communities. I do want to kind of ritual cast detect magic just to see what everything feels like with it.
Sure. Yeah, take you 10 minutes, but we are certainly hanging around for a short rest here, at least I would imagine, although nobody should need it, considering it's the first thing of the day we've done and we haven't even fought anything. But magic-wise, I mean, many of our characters are carrying magic gear. You don't see a single piece of magic, however, in this community. Nobody's carrying anything. Nobody has any active spell effects upon them. No gear in the community, even. Like, not even a basic piece of technomancy. This is all just technology keeping this place held together.
So weird being in places without anything.
Very true. Also makes sense that they're all human. These characters are all from the Chicago Agent Orange side of the apocalypse, not necessarily the Kryn D&D side of it. Julie looks over at Hawakan as he approaches. Oh, I see your injuries have... I see Dr. Howard has taken care of you.
Yes, I am most appreciative of the attention that was given to me.
It isn't every day that we see so many new arrivals here. Are these people all with you?
No, I have only met them myself. I do have a group I came with, but we were separated. Some maybe, I think, a mile or so from here. There was a toll crossing we were at.
Oh, the toll. That is one of the outposts. That's our midway point between here and the stadium. Were there any people there that you saw?
I mean, you'll have to tell me.
Yeah, I mean, you just have what I gave you, basically, that you were attacked at that site. You didn't remember seeing anybody there.
The only things my group and I encountered there were the undead, and they were highly organized and speaking to each other as they attacked us.
I've never even seen one in the flesh before. I didn't know they could talk.
I have the feeling that the ones you will most commonly encounter here do not. I have seen powerful, intelligent undead from my home, but this was different.
I don't know if that's scarier or more comforting, the ones that don't talk. I don't mean to seem like a beggar, but you wouldn't happen to come bearing coin, interested in trade, would you? I have a interesting curiosity that I've picked up.
I'm always happy to see what a craftsman has created.
I wish I could craft these, or that I knew who did.
Please, I would love to see whatever it is you have.
She retrieves from a small pocket in her pants a rather unusual looking key. I was told this key will open many different kinds of locks. A skeleton key, if you will. It's worth quite a pretty penny. I'm not certain exactly what value I would place it at, but here is the mechanical specific of it. You are free to roll a history check, which I believe is what I use for appraisal, just to try and gauge how much it might be worth. She is asking for 50 gold pieces. You would guess this item to be worth 10 times that amount, 500 gold.
I examine it and say, that is quite an interesting curiosity indeed. I will tell you this. In the land I come from, such an item would actually be more valuable than what you are trying to sell it for.
How much?
In the lands I come from, easily 10 times that price.
She laughs. I don't even know that there's that much money in the world anymore.
I certainly do not have much myself, but I felt it important that you know the value of what it is you have there. Funny, because I imagine Nyx and Dewdrop can probably hear this conversation and are like, "Shut up!" Walken's just having visions of Zilyana stabbing me for telling her how much it was worth.
And if I were playing Zilyana right now, you know I would.
Oh, that's great.
Well, not unfortunately. I love Dewdrop, but Dewdrop is not the stab your friends for that kind of thing kind of vibe.
So I look at her again and say, as I said, I do not have much as far as coin on me, but perhaps any of these newcomers might. You may wish to try and sell to one of them.
I would be honored if any of you found use in this. I don't see me ever having use of it, nor would I ever reasonably be able to keep or use that amount of coin. If you have 50 coin, one of you or between the three of you, I'll be happy to pass this over.
I'll look over to the elf and the fairy who I haven't met yet. And be like, would either of you ladies be interested in this key? It is a magical item. I assume that you two are familiar with such things. And it is able to open locks. There's a chance that if it fails, it will break, but there's also a good chance it will just continue to work.
You drop a flower and be like, ooh, a key? And it'll go into like any lock?
That is the magic as I understand it, yes.
I would love a key.
I'd be happy to sell it for 50 gold.
Yeah, I'll hand her 50 gold.
Oh, thank you. This will be of great use if and when we are able to reconnect the communities. Having this amount to barter with will keep our community sustained for a good long while. If Nyx changes back into her adventuring gear, or if she's going to go adventuring out into the wilderness here in this very wonderful, exquisite dress that she was gifted. But either way, you let us know.
Although it is beautiful, I don't want to mess up the craftsmanship. I'm gonna change back into my armor.
I will look over Dewdrop and say, hello, I am a walk-on. I take it you are with Buddy and the others?
Yes, oh my gosh, Buddy and all the others, those are my best friends.
A pleasure to meet you. Do you have a name you would prefer I call you?
I've been going by Dewdrop.
Dewdrop. Wonderful.
And I'm gonna hug Hawakan.
Oh, okay.
Here, we are friends now.
Excellent. This is wonderful. And your other friend, is she an elf?
Nyx, yes, she is an elf, and she is awesome, and she's amazing.
Nyx, you say? Good to
No, my name is not Nyx.
know. I just look.
Oh,
look
have I
dewdrop
gotten
to her.
mistaken again? Oh. Look, I've been meeting like a lot of people, and everything is just like all over the place.
Well, I am Hawakan. And how would you prefer I call you?
My first name is Barbie, and my last name is Q.
RBQ. Very well. I'm sure some of the modern people around you are like, what the fuck? I have no idea what that is.
Adolin would go over to the doctor here and just ask if there are any maladies he hasn't been able to heal.
One second. We got our prediction stuff going on here in Twitch. Very cool. The doctor responds to Adolin. I mean, in this environment, like, absolutely. The primary one being the virus that changes the living into a ravenous undead. Have you found means of curing this virus, this infection?
Well, we have found that if you then kill the new undead who was your friend, if you can revive them after the undead is dead, you can bring your friend back.
He looks at you like you're speaking in witchcraft, which of course you are. These guys have no classes with magic spells, so he's just like, how do you possibly bring back a zombie?
I'll use thaumaturgy to light my eyes up silver. Just say, it is a gift from my deity.
Ah, yes, but of course, I spend so much time isolated inside the medical ward, I forget sometimes that... Yes, now I get a look at you. That makes sense. So there is a way. There's just not a way for one with limited skills such as myself.
I don't know what the odds are, but if you ever happen to see a living phoenix and can get some of its down feathers, they can also do the job.
Yeah, I unfortunately missed one just this morning. It was roaming around in my backyard, scavenging through the trash cans. If I had been a little quieter, I wouldn't have scared it.
Yeah, I haven't seen one either.
Oh boy, you'll have to forgive me. I did, unfortunately, just lose our patient here. It's going to be a rather grief-stricken day in the community. We've got some work to do to prepare the body for its last rites. I do Apologize for my shortness. I'm Dr. Howard, by the way. Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard.
You can call me Adolin. How long ago did your friend die?
Within the past hour.
I am getting stronger in my faith, but that is beyond my reach, unfortunately.
That's okay. Probably best not to provide unrealistic hope and expectations if you're not planning on being a permanent resident of this kind of place. Those who have lost their loved ones would hardly seem fair.
Adolin wouldn't know what to say to that, so he would just wander back over to the group.
Victor's gonna go over to the tap here, get himself a shot, play a game of pool with the fellas. He's out earlier than usual today, but sometimes it's good to show your face around the community. What do we think? Are we all wrapped up here? Anybody else have anything that they wish to do? Anywhere they want to explore? Anybody they want to talk to? Or shall we proceed?
Well, I'm going to get some smoking herbs, and then I'm ready to proceed.
Very cool. Yeah, we've got plenty of those over in Nomad Town here on the east side. Both the wacky and the non-wacky variety.
Okay, I get how much for several days worth?
Yeah, it seems pretty consistent here. I mean, the only person who's charged you anything direct was the hot dog guy. Everybody else is kind of like, yeah, pay us what you will. Otherwise, it's a gift.
All right, I paid 2 gold.
Beautiful. Yeah, they are quite happy to receive such generous compensation. Most people here seem pleased with your presence. A lot of people just come over and casually introduce themselves, so we'll probably have a larger, if not a full roster of names from these people, the sentries on the wall being perhaps the last ones that any of you will meet unless you directly try to approach them, but even still, not a whole lot that they're going to offer us at this stage of the game. We've met the some of the more key members in the community as it is. We might be back here at a later point. With that, let's jump back over to the wasteland. And based on our directions, the way that those who live here have cleared the terrain around them, and a few other factors, including Hawakan's recollection of the terrain, we are heading southwest from this location. Get this next area revealed. Well, that looks fun. That is just a nasty cluster of vehicles. We found that to be particularly challenging last time we tried to do that up here, so hopefully things are a little different this time around, but we're putting some distance on the map here finally, getting a little bit further than the market district. And we do have...
By the way, in case it need to be said, we do gather our equipment before we go, so we're not leaving that stuff.
So, yeah. Nobody tampered with any of your equipment. Nobody stole any of it. Everything is intact.
And Dewdrop absolutely hugged every single person that she could before she left.
Very cool. Alright, I'm getting your tokens on our next map here. We are going to have something potentially impeding our progress. Still fairly early in the morning, even though we spent at least a short rest of time at the Fulton Market District proper. And now we can get here. Let's also get Hawakan. Make sure he's got vision. Beautiful. Alright, welcome to the next stretch of road. Still gonna be a slog of progress here. Oh, gee, alright. Looks like we're gonna have the same dealio here. I think we're gonna turn off the dynamic lighting. And yeah, just full fog of war on this. Okay. All right, passive perception. What's our average here?
Well, I'm kind of raising it with a 27.
I've got an 18.
Nice, nice. Don had a 19.
14 for Grix.
Respectable.
I'll have a straight 10 for Fury.
Not, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think we're going to hear these things before we see them. We have some undead on the prowl. And we're just going to open up this entire map right here. There's not... It's kind of a weird one. I never really thought that dynamic lighting would work on this map. But it is still a nice map for overland usage here. We've got some buildings on the north and south side of the street. What little we are able to make out of them, we can assume some of the walls have been destroyed. Windows are all shattered and blasted out. As you zoom in on them on the map, you can clearly see a lot of overgrowth and just a lot of refuse and debris inside of them. Appears that they've been thoroughly scavenged. Even this still standing building on the northeast side, closest to where you approach, definitely bears evidence of people having used it as a sanctuary for probably a great number of months, even years. But it too appears to have since been ransacked and overcome. There might be something or some things of interest in there. It could just as easily contain another 50 or 60 undead that you just don't see because the walls are still standing on this one. So make of that building what you will. What we do know is there are several undead that are just snarling and growling their way in the streets, and you're heading west while they are heading east, so our intersection is near impossible, or impossible to avoid, I should say. There is also the familiarity that you've encountered these creatures enough times that even their little snarls and grunts, their language, so to speak, you're becoming a little familiar with. So you're pretty aware that they know you're close by. Probably your scent on the wind has attracted them, or maybe they see you too, because their lines of sight are better than yours in the gloom. Keep in mind some basic things like cover. We've got a fallen semi-truck trailer right here. We got a bus parked on the street. We got a couple large vehicles over here, some El Caminos. Looks like somebody decided to just pitch tent right here in the middle of the street at one point and call it a day. So all number of things that are blocking direct lines of sight, unless of course you're flying. Proper measurements will be necessary. And yeah, this is one of the longer sessions that we've had here before needing to break out the turn order. But it is that time for those who are itching for some combat. Let's get around in, or at least see how we approach this potential combat. Yep, get those initiative going. Oh, and I'm going to want to get Gene on the board. He is just here filming. Yep, I am not interested in participating. Active participation in the gunfight would void my life insurance policy. I can't have that.
We wouldn't want that.
Come on, somebody know that movie. And the actor. Somebody know the movie and the actor. Aww. Streamland? Oh, nobody posting over here either. What's going on here? What is these? Gotcha. I will check on that later on. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 8 of you in total. We got 6 of you have rolled your turn order. Looks like, who are we missing? Is it Grix a lot? Looks like Grix is one of them. Oh, there he goes. Is it Buddy?
Yes.
Has Buddy not rolled initiative yet? All right, yeah.
I did. Hold on one second.
Eesh. You were the last one I
that's because I'm... yeah, I was trying to click on me, but I had all the other tokens get in my way.
Yeah, you're the last one I expected. That's why it took me forever to figure it out. I'm like, all right, who could it be? And why did I look at Katie first?
I mean, like, that's fair.
My helmet gives me initiative, advantage on initiative.
All right.
I guess we didn't set that up.
We're going to set it up one time here. And
I say Katie rolls first this time.
She did. Go ahead, roll that a second time. Hopefully it doesn't show up lower. Okay. Okay, let's get that. Get your initiative finally. Oh, I didn't have it.
By the way, the movie is Double Indemnity.
The what?
The movie, the quote comes from Double Indemnity. Indemnity.
I've never seen it, so if it does come from that, it is unintentional. That's funny. Alright, Buddy needs initiative correction. Yeah, I was actually quoting Terry O'Quinn from Young Guns at the very end when they're like, now or never, you gotta get involved, and they pass him the gun, and he's just like, active participation in the gun battle would void my life insurance policy. I can't have that! And then they mow him down with the frickin' automatic machine gun a few moments later while he's waving the white flag. Assholes. I was surprised to find how much of that story is pretty historically accurate too, and having read some Billy the Kid history over the last year. Okay, so that's all of you. Gene, let's get him in the turn order, and then we are set. Not too bad. Okay, Thunderfoot Lee is first in the turn order. Go right ahead, buddy.
Okay, so since I can't see that far in front of me, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to spend my whole turn moving up to here and climbing on top of that bus. That strange metal object that I don't know what it is.
Very good. Yeah, it's like a very large wagon with like multiple rows of seats. How many horses does it take to pull this thing?
Strange. Oh, there appear to be dead shambling towards this bus. I call back to the people behind me. I shall ready myself to engage with them next turn.
All right, let's pass it over to Nix's turn, or Barbecue's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move up 40 feet and go on top of this. I don't think it's a bus either. I don't even know what that is, but I'm gonna go on top of that as well.
All right. Yeah, it's like a semi-trailer left behind.
And then I'm gonna use my longbow. Give me 1 second.
Cool, cool. Wow, what the heck is that? That's not what you want to see.
Well, that sucks. I was trying to hit the guy literally up in front of me.
Whoops. Well, that's your move. That's your attack. Anything else for you? Or do we pass to Buddy?
We'll pass it over to Buddy, and that's it. Yep.
Beautimus. All right, over to you there, Don.
All right. So the call came out that there's undead approaching. I'm going to move 25 feet over here. And then as my bonus action, I'm going to summon my flame spirit.
Sure.
It's a big long thing, but it's like a little explosion of fire, and it would damage anybody around me, so that's why I had to move away from everybody. And that'll...
Do you have the token to summon it? Oh, there it is. Fantastic. Okay. And that's Dewdrop, who is up next in the turn order.
Alright, and let's use my movement plus bonus action dash to get me 60 feet from where I am. That's there. Whee. And then I am going to... Oh, it's going to bite me in the ass. I know it will. It always does. I will be at 25 feet. Or, no, I will be at 5 feet. My bad. I'll be at 5 feet. And ready in action.
Well, okay, J-Man, up to your turn.
Is this an area I'm familiar with, or no?
You think you came through here. You were kind of in a panic and in a much more wounded and exhausted state, but this street does generally look familiar. Maybe not this exact section of it, but you're pretty sure you went down this road to get to Fulton, so this makes sense going back this way.
Okay, and in this area, was it the crazy smart talking undead, or no?
It was not. The last time you came through here, you felt like there were undead around, but none of them were directly pursuing you or tactically doing anything to affect your progress.
Okay. So I'm just gonna move up and get kind of cover behind this trailer. I still won't be able to see anything from here because it's I think 65 feet from that spot. So I'm just gonna ready in action. If one of the undead gets within view, I will take a shot.
Very good, very good. Let's see what Fury has next here.
So I was just trying to see how much a cannon actually weighs. Because it does not actually say a weight for them. Just says I can make either a small or a tiny one.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it says a tiny one can be held in one hand. I do want to create a relatively small one right next to me.
Okay.
And then pick it up and bring it with me.
Bring it.
I don't know if we can attach that to me.
If you drag it over your token and then drag a box around the both of you, you should be able to move the two of you at the same time. Otherwise, you'll have to do a stagger movement one at a time.
Gotcha. Alrighty. These are the normal 5-foot squares, or is it the
They
2.5?
Yeah, normal movement here.
And I'm 5 feet out of line for that. So, yeah, we will end the turn there.
All right. Well, it is our filmographer now who is going to step up here. And yeah, we've got a pretty solid fence. Iron wrought barred fence that is preventing direct movement north and south from this square in a lot of spaces. So Gene is just going to kind of take advantage of that as some barrier of cover from his north side. And yeah, no offense, Hoakan, but we're also going to kind of use your shoulder as our third person point of view for this opening phase, and also inadvertently use you as a body shield. Yeah, it's totally unintentional. That's going to bring it over to Grixalot for your turn.
Okay, well, this one's going to be a nice, quick, easy one. I'm going to move. Ooh, hold on. Gotta click the button. I believe there puts me 60 feet for a double move. And nobody's close to do anything else, so that'll be it.
That's not 60 feet, is it? That's 45 feet.
Oh, well, if you're going direct that way, I was counting squares.
Oh, gotcha. Like you were kind of like
Yeah.
maybe doing something like that.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's cool too. Doesn't always have to be direct. I respect the non-optimized game style.
But actually, I'm probably gonna hold there anyway, so I can stay hidden.
Nice. Yeah, good call.
Yeah, instead of just being stuck out in the open. Yeah, we'll stay there for now anyway.
Like this one right here. Adolin, over to your turn.
All right, Adolin will kick in his boots of speed and run up here 60 feet. And then it would just be a perfect little shame to waste my natural 20 this session. So, what kind of undead is this?
We are a Class C.
Okay. I will just roll the orange fear orange juice and then we will figure it out. But I'm going to throw a guiding bolt at him.
All right.
Well, we can see exactly what the damage would be.
Oh, that's fantastic. Bad news is that we're still alive. These things are super tough. 78, 85 points of damage, though. That is definitely going to show up on the health bar here. Oh! Yeah, that thing just all of a sudden sees you appear out of the space between the fallen trailer and the parked bus, and it barely has time to snarl at you before it gets blasted between the eyes by the guiding bolt.
The next attack, if anybody gets one off, will have advantage.
Yeah, we'll put that little yellow dot there. That's usually what I use to reflect the guiding bolt advantage, so hopefully one of us remembers that for next Monday, because that's likely going to be when that attack comes. Unless Dewdrop wants to attack it, she should be able to see it from right there, and she did do a held action. Nobody really stepped out to where to affect her, but she can definitely see this one over there.
I am not in melee range, so I can't do anything. All I have is melee weapons.
Gotcha. I thought you had a bow. My bad.
No. That's Lantyrthi. Lantyrthi has nothing but bows. Dewdrop has
gosh.
nothing but close range.
Alright, well, let's move our Class C's 40 feet of move. Look at that. Sacre bleu. Apparently I am French. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know why. This one here.
You look French.
Yeah, a little bit. Class C. Let's athletics ourselves. Barely. We like start to scramble up on top of the bus and then fall off and then have to scramble back up a second time before we get up here within close enough reach of Thunderfoot. In fact, we have to use our bonus action terrorizing advance to move an additional 40 feet. Otherwise, so that would have been an action dash just to get up to you. This one's going to hop the divider right there. 60, 70, 80 feet is 5 feet short of getting to Adolin, so we're not going to do that. This one that just got blasted will definitely rush up on Dewdrop, so we'll provoke that attack now.
Also, it provoked from me as well.
Gotcha, very cool.
Wasn't the weapon I was going for, but fuck it.
Hey, I thought you didn't have any ranged weapons. Go back to your melee attack.
Okay, look, A, I forgot about that. B, I was using my touchscreen and my finger's fucking fat as shit.
I thought it was like a sling for like a wounded arm. Technically still a melee weapon.
Well. I mean, I can go for the one I actually wanted to go for, or if you want to use the sling.
Yeah, definitely go with the intended attack, because it's probably going to do more damage.
That's the intended attack.
Yes, that's what we're looking for. And Dewdrop is the swashbuckler, yeah?
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think she's the one that has that rakish audacity.
Yep.
Oh dear, Class C is 15 AC exactly, so that will connect on the money. Yeah, this one just very, very lazily and slowly advances on Dewdrop. We got other ones out here, likely just going to be movement turns. Move, 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 move. Yeah, we're going to try and pressure the back ranks. And there's this one here on the south end. 45 to get over to there. Definitely got enough room. It's just, who do we go for? 45, 55, 65, 70. I can get up to Grix a lot, so that puts all three of you in range. It's gonna be Buddy. We're gonna move up here. Move and bonus action advance. So most of these zombies are getting their attacks. We're gonna take a pair of attacks on Dewdrop to start. For a bite and a scratch. Natural 1. And a 24 for 10 physical there, as it gets a scratch on you, but the bite.
I will use my uncanny dodge. I think is the one I'm going for. Yeah.
Yep. 5 damage shaved off of that. This one up on top. Attacks on Jim's character will be an unarmed. We're going to try and match your kung fu with some zombie fu, and then we're going to try and bite. Pummel attack is a 20 to hit for 12 physical, and then a bite attack to follow. Oh gosh, also a 20 to hit for another 7, so 19 physical total on Thunderfoot from both those attacks.
I do not like that.
Yeah, that was unpleasant. This one's very happy to see you. Very happy to get a bite too. Not every day we get halfling. We're gonna try our attacks over here. Refresh my memory, Johnny. You swapped around some magic items, so the displacement is no longer, or is still?
Grix has the displacement.
Who does?
I gave it to Grix.
Grix, gotcha. I'll need to remind myself of that. We'll put the little icon on him.
Yeah, 22 AC, no longer disadvantage.
All right. Well, we're gonna try a weapon bite on Adolin. That's a 13. And a 21. Almost got you with that bite for 11. Not quite. Just managed to lean back out of its attack. As this one is going after Buddy, likewise with 2 attacks. A pummel scratch. Okay. I got a 15 to hit and a 17 to hit, so nothing doing there. And at this point, I don't know if any of you can see it. Nope. Buddy and Fury are closest to it, but they only hear the massive smashing apart of one of these storage containers here on the south side of the road. And the sudden appearance of everybody's favorite horror.
Dude, you know I go to sleep after this.
I know, and it's the last thing, too. And, yeah, this is properly sized. This is a large version of the abomination, which would probably seem to indicate that it is not the Class D variety, or if it is definitely a different variety beyond what we are familiar with. This lovely creature actually technically goes before Adolin, after Grixalot, but we did hold our turn there for the debut of the Class B Abomination. And if you know what the Class D Abomination is, if this is indeed 8 Class Bs smashed all together, this may be the most dangerous thing that has crossed either of our 6 tables so far at the Coalescence Act 5. Yeah! That'll be for next Monday, however, as we continue our journey across the road towards the toll station, where hopefully we get a bit more information about how our Dragonlance campaign crosses over with this one here. In the meantime, let's get the initiative tracked over to the channel, as we always do. And we begin our closing ceremonies here once more. Any thoughts or feedback on tonight's session? I'll open it up to y'all here for a moment.
Great game, Dan.
Our kind is gonna die so hard.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to fight that.
Let's give it a hug.
Yeah, you go give it a hug.
Give your
We'll
father
way
a
back
hug.
here. Way back here.
I'll try to hug anything.
I say that's Dewdrop specialty.
I didn't tell you guys how I was gonna hug it. I meant hug it with an arrow, of course.
She's shooting arrows at people that just say, "You've been hugged," written on the shaft.
Oh, gosh.
I should.
Certainly had a lot of fun here on the GM side of things, getting to stretch the RP muscles a little bit, getting to explore the Fulton Market District, which we've had built and constructed for a number of weeks now. It's not something I had prepared as far back as downtime, although I did have the map ready for it, just not populated or anything. That's more of a recent development. But very excited to finally get our first official expansion community in place for Monday, Tuesday. The Wednesday, Thursday crews have at least 2 or 3 of them now at this point. And speaking of Tuesday, that is our next one in the Coalescence order. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific, we go back to the same setting here. Corinne, Chicago, hopefully finally making our way through the first hex of movement, as this last little phase has been an increased struggle, namely because one of our characters used a thunderous booming effect that was audible for up to 600 feet, and they drew one of those orange titans that was a boss battle for this table as a random encounter over to that table, while they were also fighting a pretty substantial boss battle in and of itself. So they are perhaps, I don't want to say the farthest behind or anything, but I think they are the table that has been the longest since they've gotten a long rest. All the rest of our tables either got one last week, or they got one, I think in the case of Swan Crew 2 sessions ago, they got a long rest. So we're all pretty well rested except for Tuesday night. So tomorrow should be interesting while we continue that boss battle. And as promised, here for our Monday night table, at the conclusion of tonight's session, each of you gain your level up. This is our advancement acceleration community level up that you guys contributed your Beskar bucks towards. So everybody is getting the level up that you would have gotten in August tonight. So go ahead and take that into account. As always, anything that your characters have taken in this battle so far, that's mainly Jim and Katie, the damage that you've taken, just make sure to track that across the level. Any HP that you get for the level, of course, you can add to your current and your maximum, but whatever you've taken, you're still technically down. The same would apply to any spells or abilities, like Fury summoning his cannon, Buddy summoning his spirit. Those expenses would still be tracked. But if you gain additional uses of it through your level up, those would also be gained. Fantastic stuff tonight. Look forward to seeing what you all do with your level up. We will check out tomorrow night with Tuesday Crew as we go back into Cringe Chicago with our next Session 16 adventure. It's true what we say, you know, there is no RU without you, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Much love all. Have a good night.
Night.
Night,
Thank
everybody.
you. Good night.
Love
Thanks,
y'all.
Dan. Good night.
Have a good night, you guys. Bye.
Beep, beep, beep.